What is going on, college basketball fans? Today we are going to rate our subscribers' brackets, either W, L, or mid. We did this in stream a couple of nights ago. I have about 8 people's brackets that I did not get to on stream, and we are about to rate them here. So make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. Drop a like if you guys enjoy. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. Right, our first bracket we're rating here is Trev Dogs, and I already see Memphis as his national champion. And honestly, I don't necessarily hate that because I do think it's possible we could have a higher seeded champion this year. So that does not automatically make this a mid or L bracket, but we are going to look at what else he has around. So his final four: Alabama 1 seed, Houston 1 seed, UCLA 2 seed. I like the final four. 2 1 seeds making it out, a 2 seed making it out, and one like 5+ seed making it out. That's kind of how I like to do my brackets as well. So I'm feeling him on that one. Memphis over Alabama, they played earlier this year. Memphis did almost win that game, so it wouldn't surprise me if Memphis won in a rematch. And then Memphis over UCLA. Now UCLA over Houston, I don't know if I can get behind that one, but this bracket is pretty solid based on the final four. The only thing I don't necessarily like is how there's two AAC teams. There's only two AAC teams in this entire bracket, and both of them are in the final four. So I'm not sure if I like that. I maybe have Houston lose a little bit earlier, but hey, that doesn't discredit it all just by itself. But I see Texas A&M over Texas. That is a popular choice. I do think if A&M does beat Texas, they can go on a run and beat Xavier as well. We got Indiana Drake both coming out. Okay, so he's got Mississippi State. So his bracket is already technically broken because Pitt beat Mississippi State today, but we'll give him a pass on that because they did lose. He does have them losing to Xavier. Okay, let's look for our upsets here. What upsets does he have? So he only has 112 over a 5, no 14 over 3s. I don't know, guys. I'm not loving this bracket because there's not that many upsets. No double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16 except for NC State. NC State. Oh, there's a big upset. UC Santa Barbara over Baylor. Okay, I like that upset. 14 over 3. Pretty solid. NC State in the Sweet 16. I would like to see at least one more double-digit seed in the Sweet 16, but overall, my conclusion of your bracket, I'm going to have to say it's a mid bracket. All right, the next bracket we are going to be rating is Trent's. So, Trent's top region, hold on, we got to go to top region first. He's got Alabama. He's got Maryland over West Virginia. That one hurts. Hopefully West Virginia can get that dub. But he's got San Diego State, Virginia, so no upsets there. He's got Alabama coming out of the top half of the South region. He's got Baylor coming out of the bottom half, beating Creighton, beating Missouri. So he's got Missouri over Arizona. Interesting. I could maybe get behind that. I don't think it's that high probability to happen, but it could definitely happen. Then he's got Alabama over Baylor, Bama in the Final Four. On this side, no upsets still. He's got Pitt over Iowa State. I'm not liking how there's not very many upsets, but we'll see how the bottom region's looking first. So this is the bottom region. He's got Memphis. He's got Purdue beating Memphis. No upsets here either. No 12 or 13s pulling off the first round upset. No double-digit seeds in this round of 32. I'm not liking that. I like the upset picks. He's got Duke over Purdue, which Duke a very hot team right now, but they did get squashed by Purdue earlier in the year. And then he's got Marquette over Kentucky. Kentucky defeating Kansas State. Duke over Marquette. Then he's got, this is his big sleeper Cinderella run, is 13 seeded Iona over UConn and over St. Mary's. So a big Rick Pitino guy right here. A big Rick Pitino guy right here. So that is the only double-digit seed that he has in his Sweet 16. And just like the other one, I like to see at least 2 or 3 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16 if it were up to me. But let's see what his Final Four is. So he's got Alabama over Duke. I like that. Texas over Kansas. And then he's got Alabama over Texas in the championship. So I like the Final Four, but because there's not enough upsets to me, only one Cinderella run, no 12 over 5s, only one double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. Again, I'm going to have to say this is a mid-bracket. Next bracket we're going to get into is from UltraTrash. And he says, let the chaos reign and F Tennessee. Okay, I like to hear the chaos, and I'm already seeing Mizzou as the champion. So let's see what he's got here. Okay, so Alabama, Maryland, ooh. A lot of chaos, but no West Virginia run. Okay, we'll see. San Diego State, Virginia, no upsets there. No double-digit seeds out of the South region. That's okay. We'll see about his other regions, which look pretty crazy already. And he's got Missouri over Arizona. That's the second bracket in a row where we've seen that. Missouri over Creighton. And Missouri over Bama. Okay, so a big Missouri run all the way to the championship. I don't know about that one, but we'll see. What else does he have? He's got Houston coming out. He's got Kent State and Drake pulling off upsets here. I like that. Kent State over Drake. Kent State over Houston. And then he's got Texas coming out of this bottom region. I like the upset of Pitt over Xavier. Interesting. And then Kent State over Houston and Texas. A little bit unrealistic there. A little bit unrealistic, to say the least. Okay, and then he's got Memphis on a big run over Purdue and Duke and Kentucky. He's got Michigan State over Marquette. He's got UCLA, UConn out in this region with UCLA coming out. He's got VCU 12 over 5. So, okay, I like the upset picks here. And then he's got Missouri, Kent State in the championship. I mean, honestly, realistically, this is not going to happen. Like, Kent State won't make the Final Four. Missouri, they could score 420-69. I get that this is a joke bracket, and for that reason, I'm still going to give you an L. But I do like a crazy, chaotic bracket, so I like it because it's fun, but realistically, I do have to give it an L. Next bracket we got coming in here from Jimmy. And let's see what Jimmy's got for us here. He's got, okay, a lot of pictures. Not too bad. Okay. First region, he's got Alabama, Arizona coming out. He's got Furman over Virginia. Good upset pick there. Creighton coming out over Baylor. Interesting. I like it. Zona over Bama. It kind of looks similar to my top region, honestly. Okay, second region, we got Memphis upsetting Purdue. That's been a popular one. Memphis coming to the Elite Eight versus Marquette, and Marquette coming to the Final Four. Okay, so far, this is the best bracket we've seen in this video. Honestly. I do like the first bracket. I just wish there were a little bit more upsets. Let's see if he has a little bit more upsets in his other regions, because that's going to determine it for me. So, okay, Kent State in the Sweet 16. I'm already seeing. I like that. Xavier over Texas. I'm not a huge fan of personally because of no Zach Freemantle. And on Texas, you got guys like Timmy Allen, Christian Bishop, Dylan Dessou. Like, I don't know about Xavier over Texas, but anything can happen in March. It's different. I'm not opposed to it. And I see UConn's in his Final Four along with Marquette. So I'm thinking maybe a fan of a Big East team here. He's a fan of a Big East team. But Kent State in the Sweet 16, I like it. Let's see if he's got maybe one more double-digit seed in his Sweet 16. That would be perfect. Okay, so no more double-digit seeds in his Sweet 16. But he does have Kansas coming to the Sweet 16, losing to UConn. UConn beating Gonzaga. Okay, I like this bracket. I like the Memphis run to the Elite Eight. I don't necessarily love two Big East teams in the Final Four, although they are great teams. They both could make the Final Four. And then Marquette over Zona. I'm going to say this bracket is mid. I like the champion. He's got the same champion as me. But I do kind of like this bracket. I think it's upper mid tier. I'm going to say it's mid, though. A few more to get here. This one is from Evan. Let's see what Evan's got for us today. Something good, I hope. Okay. Top region. It's a little bit hard to see, but he's got Bama over Virginia. Zona over Baylor there. He's got Charleston winning round 1. Okay, pretty solid. Let's see if the other pictures are a little bit better. It's kind of hard to see, but we'll get through it fast. So Purdue coming out. Purdue, Michigan State upsetting Marquette and Kansas State, making a run. I like it. Oral Roberts in the Sweet 16. Okay, that's one double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. We like that. And all Big Ten Elite Eight. It's possible. We'll see. Okay, Arkansas over Kansas. It could happen, but I don't know. Then Gonzaga, UCLA, okay. So Arkansas in the Sweet 16 with UConn. Not sure who won that matchup. And then his last region, he's got Kent State in the Sweet 16 over Drake too. That's a good upset. I like that. Houston, Texas in the Elite Eight. So, and then his Final Four is Purdue, Zona, Texas, UConn. Purdue, Texas in the championship. Texas winning. This kind of is different. Like, Purdue, you don't see a lot of people putting them in their Final Four or their championship game. But they could definitely get there. I don't see Purdue winning it all, but I could see them making the championship and losing to a team like Texas. So, because it's different, because he had multiple double-digit seeds in his Sweet 16, I'm going to give Evan a W. I don't love everything about it, but it is pretty good. W. All right, next one's coming in here from Atizo. He says, rate my bracket. I'm going to do just that. So, that is his bottom region. Let's get his top region first. So, top region, Furman in the Sweet 16. I like it. Over San Diego State and Virginia. Big run by the Paladins. I like it. Creighton coming out over Zona. Popular pick. I like that too. 1-6. 4-2 in his Elite Eight over here. Indiana over Houston. I don't love a big run by Indiana. I think Indiana can get to the Sweet 16. I don't know if they can beat Houston, but it's different. I'll give them that. It's definitely different, and I'll give you credit for that because anything can happen in March, so I give you credit for that. It's a little bit different. I like that you're picking upsets. So far, this top region, I think, is a W. So far. Let's see if it stays that way. So, Oral Roberts in the Elite Eight. Whoa! Okay, over Duke. And I do think this could happen. Like, if Oral Roberts can get past Duke, they could make a deep run this year in March. And then he does have Kentucky beating Marquette. I have that. I have Kentucky in my Final Four, so I could see that. Kentucky over Oral Roberts. Redeeming themselves for losing to St. Peter's. Okay. And then he has TCU coming out of this region over Kansas. I don't know about that. Here's the thing. The reason I used to be really high on TCU, I don't trust Jamie Dixon as a head coach, and also Eddie Lampkin is in the transfer portal. He's not going to be playing during this tournament. So who is going to be guarding Drew Timme in that Gonzaga matchup. I don't know. I don't love the TCU Final Four run. I do love the Iona run here. I do love how there's 3 double-digit seeds in your Sweet 16 with Iona, Purdue, and Furman. That part is a W, but 2 SEC teams here and Kentucky over Alabama. When Kentucky just hasn't been able to beat Alabama. 2 Big 12 teams on this side, Texas, and then Kentucky beating Texas. I just feel like Kentucky beating Alabama and Texas is kind of unrealistic. And maybe you're a Kentucky fan, that would be okay. But I like your upset picks. They're pretty solid. I just don't love your Final Four and who you have winning. So for that reason, I'm going to have to lower it down and say this is a mid bracket. All right, our next one's coming in here from Domoo Bracket. So I don't know if he changed his name for me to do his bracket, but he says W ? Let's see. That is the big question. So top region here. He's got Alabama coming out, Furman winning first round, and San Diego State coming out there, and Alabama beating them. He's got Baylor beating Creighton, Arizona over them, Arizona over Baylor. Okay, so a little bit, not too bad, but a little bit chalky other than this Furman pick. Let's see his other regions, though. He's got Drake in the Sweet 16. Okay, I like that. Over Miami and Indiana. Solid. He's got Houston, Texas coming out. Okay, not terrible. Let's keep going. So, Arizona, Houston in his Final Four so far. Here he's got Duke going on a run. He's got Memphis over Purdue. He's got Louisiana over Tennessee. I like that. Duke over Memphis. Marquette coming out over Michigan State and Kansas State. And Duke beating Marquette. Pretty solid region. I wish we would see one more upset run. I really like the Drake run. I wish we'd see one more double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. But let's keep going. This side, he's got VCU over St. Mary, solid 12 over 5. I like this pick over TCU. Gonzaga, UConn over Gonzaga. Pretty solid. And then here's his Final Four. He's got Duke over Arizona, Houston over UConn, and then Houston over Duke, 72-69. This is a pretty solid bracket. The only thing is I wish there were more upset picks. So since I gave the other brackets a mid grade because of that, I also have to give this one a mid grade. Like, these are good brackets. Say if you're going for like just trying to get a lot of the teams correct, but I want you guys to go out for like perfect brackets. Like, if you're going for a perfect bracket, you have to try to pick the upset picks. Guys, and I think this is our last one we have here, and that is from Darnell. Let's see what Darnell has for us here. Okay, I see an Alabama champion. That might be a W. We'll see what he's got, though. Okay, top regions. Alabama coming out over Arizona. He's got Furman over Virginia. Pretty solid. San Diego State coming out over them. Okay, pretty solid. And then Baylor, Arizona, it's down there. Arizona winning that one. We got Miami and Indiana coming out that 5-4. We got Pitt over Iowa State. I like that. Okay, and this is the second time we've seen Indiana over Houston for Indiana to make the Elite Eight. Guys, you guys have to let me know, is that a W or an L pick? I do like that he still has Texas over Indiana, so we're not kind of like expecting Indiana to do all too much, but they did get that upset. So it's kind of different. Maybe I kind of like it. Let's see his bottom region. Let's see if maybe he's got some double-digit seeds in his Sweet 16 here. No double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16. Not even one. Man, that's tough, but he does have Memphis over Purdue. That's a popular 8/1 there. Tennessee over Memphis, Battle of the State of Tennessee there. That would be fun to see. He's got Kansas State over Marquette, and Tennessee making his Final Four over Kansas State. That is the first time I've seen somebody with a Tennessee Final Four pick. Interesting. And he also had Bama in his Final Four, so I'm like... And I also see Arkansas over Kansas over here, and Arkansas over UConn, which is, to me, is just a little bit too unrealistic. I guess it could happen. Anything can happen in March, right? It could happen, but... And then he has Gonzaga over Arkansas. I just feel like a little bit of a SEC homer. A little bit of a SEC homer here. But that is okay. Alabama, Tennessee, they played once. Tennessee did win that game in Knoxville, but he's got Alabama winning this rematch. I could see that happening. And then he's got Gonzaga over Texas. That game has happened already too. Texas beat them up. That was a home game for Texas. Maybe Gonzaga can win the rematch there. And then Alabama-Gonzaga, we've seen that matchup too, and Gonzaga beat Alabama. So I don't know. I'm not really vibing with this bracket. I'm feeling kind of like this is kind of like a SEC homer a little bit, but I'm going to have to say this is an L bracket. But that is going to do it for this one. I think I actually only had one W bracket. I just feel like for me to be happy, it's hard. You guys may be right on your brackets, but I like to see a couple more double-digit seeds, at least to the Sweet 16, because it's going to happen. So why not try to pick those ones to happen? That's what makes it fun, and that's what it takes for me to give somebody a W. And I also have to kind of like somewhat agree with your Final Four. But that's going to do it for this one. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, guys, subscribe if you guys are new for more daily college basketball March Madness coverage. And I'm out.